Hello everyone! Welcome to the first of our 3 videos analysing the presidential candidates right now, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
We're doomed.
But before we start, right, let me just say this right away. Yes, this first video is going to be nothing but pointing out the shitty things against Hillary Clinton, right? But that doesn't mean that I like Donald Trump. My next video is going to be nothing but pointing out the shitty things against Donald Trump, right? Because I hate both of these guys equally. As Dr. Jill Stein, the Green Party's presidential candidate and alternative to voting for Trump or Clinton, said so eloquently, right?
I will have trouble sleeping at night if Donald Trump is elected. I will also have trouble sleeping at night if Hillary Clinton is elected.
Exactly. So fuck them both. Well, fuck you too, Greg. You limey. What do you know about American politics? You're British. What? Listen, that's so fucking dumb, it's ridiculous. That's like telling a veterinarian, fuck off, human! What do you know about animals? Listen, I'm not trying to influence anyone. All I'm trying to do, right, is inform some people of some shit here and there so they know their candidates a little bit better so they can make a more informed decision before they go and vote for them on election day. Bit of information can't hurt, right? Listen to it if you want to, but you don't have to listen to it if you don't want, right? But enough talk! Let's get right into analysing our presidential candidate of this video, Hillary Clinton! Okay, so let's start with the most angering and infuriating thing that Hillary Clinton's done throughout her entire political career, right? That fucking fake smile she keeps doing, man! Oh my god, man! It's so annoying! Now listen, I'm not one to condone hitting women, right? But every single time that fucking knobhead does that fake laugh, right? All I can think about is how much I wish Chris Brown was moderating that debate. But more importantly than that, right? Jesus Christ, Hillary! How yellow are your teeth? I thought you had to be American to run for president, but you're clearly British. Look at the yellow on those things, man. Yeesh! Hillary, your teeth look like 2 rows of peeps. I'm surprised you make an effort to fake smile so much. I'd be hiding those things like a third nipple if I was you. But seriously though, every time a decent point is being made against Hillary Clinton, she does that fucking super annoying fake smile as if to give people the impression of, ha ha! Hey, look at me! I'm laughing! The point my opponent is making, which, let's be honest, no one's even paying attention to anyways, must be stupid and totally not worth listening to, right? 'Cause look! Ha! Look at me laughing! I'm totally winning this debate right now. That fake laugh is even more annoying than Baby Mario's cry in Yoshi's Island, and even that fucking dog's laugh in Duck Hunt. Stop it!
Listen to me.
Hillary Clinton has a reputation as being a very inconsistent politician who can never make a good decision. She can't seem to ever make her mind up, right? And changes her stance on important issues all the time.
You were against same-sex marriage, now you're for it. You defended President Obama's immigration policies, now you say they're too harsh. You supported his trade deal dozens of times. Now, suddenly last week, you're against it. Will you say anything to get elected?
Like, she voted for the Iraq War, then was against it. She was for NAFTA, then was against it. She was for the Keystone XL pipeline, and then she was against it. Universal healthcare, illegal immigration, the TPP, the Cuban embargo, no child left behind. These are all things that she'd had one stance on, but then later changed her mind.
Well, actually, I have been very consistent over the course of my entire life.
Of course you have. Whenever she gets called out on these changes, though, her excuse for this is always, new information came to light, which made me change my stance on the issue. But that doesn't make sense, right? Because another thing that she's changed her mind on in the past is gay marriage. How do you change your stance on gay marriage? Now, what new information that she didn't already know before did Hillary Clinton find out about gay people that made her change her mind about that? What? Butt sex? Gay people have butt sex? Oh! I thought you said they had bat sex. Of course they don't have bat sex. That makes no sense. But seriously though, if she changes her mind so often on so many things, what's to say that the campaign promises she's making today that she won't change her mind and do something completely different later on after she's already president?
I have said repeatedly throughout this campaign, I will not raise taxes on anyone making $250,000 or less.
It could be argued that Hillary Clinton is not concerned about being a good politician. She just wants to get elected and will say whatever she needs to get as many people to like her and therefore to vote for her.
Just in July in New Hampshire, you told the crowd you, quote, take a backseat to no one when it comes to progressive values. Last month in Ohio, you said you plead guilty to, quote, being kind of moderate and center. Do you change your political identity based on who you're talking to?
No.
Whatever people want to hear her say, that's what she'll say. And if you want to hear just how fake she is, right, just watch this clip of Hillary Clinton giving a speech in South Carolina where, for some reason, she puts on a fake South Carolina accent.
I'm aware I may not be the youngest candidate in this race, but I have one big advantage.
She's fake as fuck. I'm sure everyone knows about Hillary Clinton deleting those 33,000 emails, right? But it's seriously madness. Listen, I have no preference over Hillary or Trump, right? I think they're both a disaster. But this is a genuine question, okay? Can anyone tell me why she's not in jail right now? Like, FBI Director James Comey said that there's a federal law that says mishandling of classified information, as Clinton did, is illegal. He said that, yes, there was a chance that outside hackers could have got their hands on those emails, and he also said that someone in Clinton's position should have known that she shouldn't be using a private email server for those conversations. So given all of that, right, why isn't she in jail?
Nothing I sent was marked classified or that I received was marked classified.
She lied. She just went on TV and flat out lied to everyone. Is that a trustworthy person? Again, why is she not in jail? Listen, retired four-star General James Cartwright right now is facing up to 5 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to misleading the FBI. So if he's facing jail for something like this, right, why isn't Hillary Clinton facing any charges at all? Can someone explain that to me? Like, where's the consistency? In the second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence of the United States of America, it says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, right? All men are created equal. So if all men and women are created equal, why is Cartwright getting jail, but Clinton isn't? Well, shit, I guess that all men and women aren't created equal after all. I guess some are above the law. Okay, so let's get to analysing some of Hillary Clinton's actual bad points, right? And let's start with something I touched on in my previous video, the statement that Hillary Clinton has indirectly stated that she wants to go to war with Syria and Russia. Nice blind statement, Greg, but where's the proof that she does? Alright, listen, let me give you proof as well as showing you just how much of a horrible idea that is, okay? Let me tell you everything you need to know. Okay, so as of the time that I'm making this video, there's some pretty major shit going down in Syria, alright? So what would President Clinton do in this situation? Well, in this clip from the second presidential debate about a week ago, Clinton said that she wants to enforce something called a no-fly zone.
So when I was Secretary of State, advocated, and I advocate today, a no-fly zone.
For those of you who don't know what a no-fly zone is, right, don't worry too much. Just know that Hillary Clinton wants a thing called the no-fly zone.
Let me just respond to something the Secretary said. First of all, she is talking about, as I understand it, a no-fly zone in Syria.
She definitely wants it. However, if you watch this clip from late September 2016, which is just about a month ago, US Marine General Joseph Dunford tells you about the implications of a no-fly zone.
Right now, Senator, for us to control all of the airspace in Syria would require us to go to war against Syria and Russia.
Did you hear that, mate? Fucking war! He says that enforcing a no-fly zone in Syria, like the one that Hillary Clinton wants so badly, and continues to want to this day, would not only mean going to war with Syria, but Russia too. As if war isn't already a bad enough idea as it is, right? Going to war with Russia is such a bad idea, it's fucking crazy. And plenty of people agree with this. Like, for example, right, President Obama knows this.
President Obama has refused to do that because he fears it's going to draw us closer or deeper into the conflict.
As well as many others.
Require us to go to war against Syria and Russia. That's a pretty fundamental decision that certainly I'm not going to make.
You know, the issue of nuclear war. I am very concerned about trouble breaking out in Syria in this air war that Hillary is threatening to have.
I believe that a no-fly zone in Syria at this time, actually, Secretary, would be a mistake, especially with the Russian Air Force in the air. It could lead to an escalation.
And even Bernie Sanders.
First of all, she is talking about, as I understand it, a no-fly zone in Syria, which I think is a very dangerous situation, could lead to real problems.
Do you hear that? a very dangerous situation that could lead to some real problems. By the way, right, Bernie Sanders is someone who has an amazing eye for this shit. Kind of like a time traveler from the future who comes back to tell us about a huge mistake we're all making. Bernie Sanders gave a speech in 2002 about how the Iraq war was a really bad idea and how it would lead to the problems that it has today with a scary level of accuracy.
Why we should overthrow Saddam Hussein and get involved in the war. I would urge people to go to BernieSanders.com, hear what I said in 2002. And I say without any joy in my heart that much of what I thought would happen about the destabilization, in fact, did happen. So I think...
Holy shit, man! Do you understand what this means? Bernie Sanders is basically Kyle Reese from the Terminator. But the thing to keep in mind, right, is that everyone, including the supervised time traveler Bernie Sanders, is pretty much in agreement that they think a no-fly zone in Syria would be a bad idea. Yes, even Donald Trump.
We're in very serious trouble because we have a country with tremendous numbers of nuclear warheads, 1,800 nuclear warheads, and she's playing chicken. If Russia and the United States got along well and went after ISIS, that would be good.
Hillary Clinton just made Donald Trump sound reasonable. I am so utterly ashamed for Hillary Clinton right now that I'm actually kind of impressed.
Iran is taking over Iraq.
Secretary Clinton, Secretary, please let Mr. Trump speak. Wait. Secretary Clinton, it's an open discussion. Secretary.
And I'm ashamed again. Hillary Clinton sees no problem with going to war with a country that not only has more manpower than America, but also more nuclear weapons. A fucking child could see that that's a shit idea. Oh, and by the way, as if that wasn't bad enough, right? An amended estimate given by General Martin E. Dempsey says that having a no-fly zone in Syria would involve sending up to 100,000 American troops there. And I'm sure everyone thinks that going to war is a great idea for a country that's $20 trillion in debt right now.
I have said repeatedly throughout this campaign, I will not add a penny to the debt.
Going to war and not adding a penny to the debt. Yeah, that adds up. Sending 100,000 American troops to a place where she shouldn't even fucking be in the first place, where they could possibly provoke a country with more nukes and military manpower than themselves, just because Hillary wants to enforce a no-fly zone in Syria, despite Obama, Bernie Sanders, and many others thinking that it would be a fucking horrible idea. Vote for Hillary! Okay, Jesus Christ, I started doing research and I had no idea just how much shit there was on Hillary, right? Especially since this WikiLeaks stuff came out, right? She has done so much shady shit. Holy crap, man. And this video's long enough as it is already. So let me just quickly say the other stuff she's done and then it's video over, right? You can do your own research into it if you want. She makes anti-Trump adverts saying shit like, oh, is this the kind of president we want for our daughters? Or something like that, right? But she literally helped a guy who raped a 12-year-old girl in court who Clinton herself was convinced that he was guilty. But here's where it gets really bad. Hillary Clinton has said that every politician needs a public image and a private image. Now listen, we've all seen a public image, right? But what's a private image like? Well, for example, in her public appearances on the televised debates, she says she wants to go into Syria to save Syrians, right? But in a private speech she gave to Goldman Sachs, she talks about how a no-fly zone would kill a lot of Syrians. Hang on, so if Clinton says enforcing a no-fly zone in Syria would kill a lot of Syrians, why would Clinton want to go into Syria and start a war? Why? Because money in politics has ruined politics. That's why. For example, former President Jimmy Carter says that America isn't even really a democracy anymore, it's an oligarchy. That means they care more about money and not people. Here's how it works. A company gives a campaign, such as Clinton's campaign, a ton of money, and when she becomes president, she'll make sure she passes laws and legislation that favors the companies that gave her tons of money and not the people. And Hillary Clinton is apparently bought out by lobbyists from many industries. For example, the fossil fuel industry, hence her love of fracking, the private prison industry, which probably explains why information from WikiLeaks shows Clinton has a strong opposition to making marijuana legal, and the most worrying, right? Companies from the defense sector, such as Lockheed Martin, a company that sells all those warplanes and shit to the government, have given Clinton more cash than they've given anyone else, which means that Clinton has a corporate sponsor-related reason to want to go to war. So does it make sense as to why she wants to go into Syria now? And even worse than that, right? WikiLeaks information pretty much proves that the reason why the choice that Americans have right now is Clinton versus Trump and not Sanders versus Trump is because the Clinton campaign worked together with the Democratic Party to cheat and rig the Democratic primaries so Clinton would win and Sanders would lose. Proof came out that the Democratic Party did some pretty shady shit. Like, for example, pitching stories to the media just to make Bernie look bad, and they even reduced the number of polling stations in areas where Bernie had more support just to make it harder for people to vote for him. The Democratic primaries weren't actually Democratic at all. They were rigged. Listen, Sanders didn't have a fucking chance. They fucked over Bernie Sanders, right? And in doing so, they fucked over America too. Hillary Clinton does not give a fuck about making sure America gets the best possible president it can. All she gives a fuck about is making sure that she's that president, no matter how bad she is. And that's the video. Alright, listen, just really quickly, right? I plan to get the Trump video out for Wednesday, but in all reality, I'm gonna have to push it back a few days to maybe like Friday or something, right? And by the way, right, if you're seeing this early, I might be streaming right now. So if you want, come down and we can talk shit. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video, which is about Trump.